Welcome back to today's broadcast. Let's still go back to the issue concerning identity crisis that is still going on in Ikwere, Edo, Delta, and River State. So concerning our brothers that are in those places, whenever they come out, they will keep claiming and be telling you that I'm not an Igbo, I'm not an Igbo, or those kind of something, because of greed, because of power, and because of land division. Because whenever they come, the government come, they divide your land from you, and they divide your ancestry land from you. Then the next thing, everybody will start claiming that they are this, they are that. And this our brother, make sure you watch it to the end. He has come as Abuja. He has come to explain to us a lot of things concerning what that is going on in the country, and where they are going to even to put you whenever trouble arise in the north or any part of the country. But you did not speak the same language with those people. What are they going to do to you? For you, that whenever people come and ask you where are you, then you keep denying your identity, your language, and keep claiming that you are not an Igbo. Just watch. According to the headline, it says the linguistic fingerprints proving Igbo ancestry across modern rivers and Edo states are Igbos. In fact, even though the language itself, the name, the language, the villages and the places where they are, it is a fingerprint to tell you that those people, they are from so parts. But because of politics, because of resources control, because of greed and the betrayal, that is why whenever they come, they'll be claiming and be telling you that they are not Igbo. It is all those things happened during the war. All those things that you have seen, it is because of the civil war that they fought. And before going to that war, the federal government of Nigeria, they make sure that they divide Igbo to the extent that nobody accepts to become one. Nobody. Once they deny you, they will give you some money, give you some things, and promise you one thing or the other. Then give you gun to keep fighting your brothers. Today, look at what it is resulting. In fact, just watch by yourself so that you understand what is really happening in this Delta River and so on and so forth. How it is happening. I was about to watch, like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see things going on in the Biafran land.
You go see good man, you see Chubuzo, Alele, Emeka. You go see good guys go here watch Choma, Tiene. All now watching, na Ikwere na Igbo name. Make una fear God. If una don't know where Ikwere from, make una close mouth. If you don't know your lineage, close mouth. If you don't know where your blood from, close mouth.
Tomorrow, you go hear say better Igbo. You go hear say Ikwere no be Igbo. All this one political. All this one are politics. Go for Kanu, go for Sokoto, go tell them say Ikwere no be Igbo. They don't know you, they know you as Nnamdi. If war start for Igbo, if massacre start for North, go tell them say you from Akwa Ibom, make you hear whether I was a Fulani man, no Akwa Ibom. Go tell them say you from River State, whether they know. All of you will be Igbo. If they start that their crisis, what they do for North, they don't know who be River State, they don't know who be Calabar, they don't know who be Akwa Ibom, they don't know who be Bayelsa. What do they know? All of us will be Yamri, all of us will be East. All of us know that. All I know this thing. Because I know they say Ikwere no be Igbo, Ikwere na Igbo. When you go for North, crisis start. Go tell them like that. Tell them say no be Igbo. Whether you go free, you don't go free.
Thank you for watching that short video here for Keta. Get into. Ebu go me ambe gara say obo ina ra asu Hausa in a house Yoruba. One Igbo Igbo. Maka itelogbe itelos agwa 3 geopolitical ihe nwe na Nigeria, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. So isezekwa na Igbo ndị Ikwere bụ ndị nke abụrụ nke ọzọ. Now take for example now. Mmadụ na-aza Sani mana ọ bụrụ onye Hausa. Mana ịsụali Igbo ọnụ, ịsụali Hausa ọmanụ, mana afịa bụ Sani. Kedu ihe ya kpọ ụdị onye ahụ? O jee n'ugwu Hausa now. If onye Hausa, odogo anyị na onye abụ onye Hausa, ịsụ Hausa ọ da anụ. Mana afọ ya bụ Chukwuma. Kedu ihe gị na onye ahụ ji? Automatically onye ahụ bụ onye Igbo. Ịghọtakwu, ọsọkwa ya bụrụ ndị Hausa fụ na onye Igbo convert to Muslim. Luo echi luo nwanne echi ihe ka bụ n'ihu ya bụ ịnyamịrị. Mechọrọ ya. So ihe anụnwa na-eme ndọrọ ọchịchị ndị Benin, ndị Ikwere, ndị abụ ndị Asaba, ndị now jike n'onwe gị na school ahụ gacha. Was there anything called Delta Igbo? Ikwere Igbo? Enwe video Asari Dokubo na akpali Oba of Benin. Si na their next attempt bụ ime gịnị ịnụsa ndị Ikwere ọgụ na ndị si na ha nwa ekwetara na ndị ahụ bụ ndị Igbo. Buhari made statement many years ago about Emefiele, former CBN governor. Na Emefiele bụ onye Igbo, mana Emefiele bụ onye ebe ọ nwoke Ikwere ka ọ bụ ndị mba mmiri anụ nwadem. To you people unu si na onye ahụ abụrụ onye Igbo, mana to them at the top they believe that na anything outside Hausa and Yoruba, every other tribe bụ Igbo. Go for example ihe na-eme na Lagos. Mgbe a na-eme election Lagos mgbe Peter Obi na ndị otu so many tribe bịa n'ụwa ọgụ. Si na as long as na ha asụ Yoruba ha na-akpọgo onye Igbo, and it is not their fault. Ọgụ a na-asị na Igbo onye nke abụ nke ọzọ na ihe Igbo bụ onye Igbo. Ihe ha na-aza Okafọ. Ị na-asị m na ịbụrụ onye Igbo na ịbụ onye Ikwere. Mana unu na-eme New Yam Festival, unu na-eli ji, unu na-agwa ede, unu na-eti mmọnwụ. Kize ebe unu si wee mụta ya. Afa onye bụ unu bụ unu na-aza eze. Kize ebe unu si eme. So ọ bụrụ na ịma your origin, ịma ha ebe isi, mechike n'ọnụ jeje ejuwe ese. Because enweghị ha asụ n'oyibo ejiwe confuse anyị mgbe agha da. So nene documentary ka ịmalụ during those times niile agha da. Ịmazi ya ndị bụ ndị Igbo mgbe ahụ, mazi ebe Igbo territory kwụsị. Because as long as I am concerned, anything from outside from Chikafancha Gbadawa bụ ndị Igbo. Anything from Ijebu Ode Gbadaba bụ Igbo. So kpọzikwa ihe ọ bụla ị chọrọ ịkpọrọ m nwa achọghị ịma. You got to go. Then top on this video. Unu ye ku ne kwelu unu ahe ekwe. Ai ba ka ino aya na drag until unu ekwete. Godin.
Please watch this video.
Call me a Delta Igbo, I'll call you Anambra Igbo. I'm a full-blooded Igbo man from Delta State, Igbo Bofu. There is nothing like Delta Igbo, Anambra Igbo, Imo State Igbo, Igbo Bofu. I'm an Igbo man from Delta State. Get this right. Make you no look for my trouble. I'm Munyi Igbo, it's button 1-4.
My Igbo brothers and sisters to whom it may concern, do not fall for this deception. They are trying to divide the Igbo race. They don't do everything possible to divide the Igbo race. Probably they succeeded with our forefathers. That is why you will hear different comments like Benin, they say that the Benin people and all that. Igbos have existed all along. The Western Igbos, where they Delta, they have been existing all along. The Igbos in the South have been existing all along. Before the colonial, yes, centuries before the colonial masters. Igbos, I repeat, whether it be Delta, whether it be Rivers, whether it be Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia, Igbo na Igbo. This is their long-standing plan to divide the Igbos will not work. Now let us break it down. Igbos, they normally describe their areas in language, in Igbo language. Do you understand? That's why you go hear of Enuani, and the island, Enuani. And when you go to Iseluku, you know you are ascending. Enuani. Then we have Okuani, Okuani. And the Kwale site. Then they get Port Harcourt, Iguacha. or Ugwocha. Then you get Enugu. See, look, all these things, they were not be today the former. And most Igbos existing around at the time when the other they say Agbo existed years before the Benin Empire. So does other areas. Igbos have been on ground. Right from Idu, Godo down. So this division of the Igbo land, some say there is a natural boundary. No, that natural boundary is just a normal boundary. It's like you saying, because there's tall mainland bridge, say people in the mainland no be Yoruba, those way there across now another one. No! I never ever see where Benin they talk say people in the Lagos Yoruba na from them. Might leave that story for another day. When I want to talk about Wadia, where they claim say for me say look. Igbos are one. They are one. When I so bia, you are an Igbo and you are one. We are one. The Imo State man is not as more Igbo than me, this Lukuma. The Abia man is not more Igbo than me. We are all Igbos. And I am with
We want to talk about Igbos having fewer states. Does it affect power? Do you think it's intentional?
It is intentional. It's deliberate. In 1983, when Samu Mbakwe was the governor of Imo State, Obi Igbo was part of Imo State. Now, under what they call the Mama Nasa boundary adjustment, they started carving oil-rich, mineral-rich areas into some states where they will now tell them you are not Igbo. Immediately they moved Obi Igbo out of Imo State.
Yes.
What happened? They changed the name to Oyi Igbo. Mbakwe had to cry. Mbakwe said something. What the meaning of Obi Igbo is the heart of Igbo land. How can you now take it away? Do you know today, the Igbo people that live in Benue and in Kogi State, those people live in their ancestral land. Yeah, and when Benue was divided into two to carve out Kogi State, some of them fell under Kogi. That is why today you have Igbos in Kogi.
Yes,
and
there are
you
Igbos
you
in
have
Benue,
them
yes.
in Benue. The least developed part of Benue State is within that area that the Igbo people, those ancestral Igbo lands that in Benue State, that's the least developed. The government of the Benue will not develop it. They see them as a nobody. So they were just carved out into that place to be treated as subhumans. They keep trying to make these people disown their Igbo identity. So we are like the goose that lays the golden eggs.
On May 27, 1967, Rivers State was carved out from Old Eastern Region by the military government of Yakubu Gowon. Rivers State today is 70% Igbo. The map of Rivers State consists of other tribes and ethnic nationalities there. They were all in Eastern Region. Before Gowon removed Rivers State from Old Eastern Region, they discovered crude oil in that land. And during that time, the issue of Biafra started emerging. Igbo started saying that they want to leave Nigeria, that they want to have their own country. On Tuesday, April 25th, 1967, before Gowon created Rivers State, he said that if East tries to go, that he will create core states. East here means Ndi Igbo, that if Ndi Igbo wants to leave Nigeria and have their separate country, that he will create core states to weaken the strength of Ndi Igbo. Creating core states here means removing parts of Igbo land, separating Igbo people to make Ndi Igbo in the center weak. Today you are hearing core Igbo states. Those core Igbo states are the 5 southeast states. The indigenous Igbos in Rivers State, they are 70 to 80% of the population in Rivers State. These Igbos are not part of the southeast today.
they are being put in other geopolitical zones. When Gowon removed Rivers State from Eastern region, Rivers State includes Obigbo, Ikwere, Oba, Ekpeye, Opobo, Ndoni, Eche, and the rest. All these people are Igbo people. Obigbo were among those that were carved out from old Eastern region. The government of Rivers State calls Obigbo people as Oyigbo. What is the meaning of Oyigbo? The people of Obigbo calls themselves Obigbo. Obigbo means heart of Igbo land. Igbanke people in Edo State are originally called Igbaki. If you go to Igbanke community today, their obese, their elders, their youths, their women, their men, what they call their community Igbanke is Igbaki. But the government of Edo State calls them Igbanke. That is the same thing that is happening in Obigbo, whereby they call them Oyigbo instead of Obigbo, their true name. Rivers State was removed from old Eastern region before the Biafra war started. Biafra declared her independence on 30th of May 1967, and Gowon created Rivers State on the 27th of May 1967. Ikwere people will be telling you, we Ikwere people, we were not part of Eastern region during the Biafra war. We are Ikwere people. We are in the South. We are not Eastern region. The identity crisis that Ikwere people are having today is as a result of what Gowon did to Eastern region by removing Rivers State from old Eastern region. Gowon removed Rivers State from Eastern region because of two major reasons. One, to weaken the strength, power, and unity of Igbo. Two, to remove oil producing areas from Igbo. He removed oil producing areas from old Eastern region. Before the Biafra war, crude oil was discovered in Rivers State. That time, they did for old Eastern region. Crude oil was discovered there. So, as the issue of Igbo won't leave Nigeria starts to the occur, Gowon decided to remove these crude oil producing areas out from the control of Igbo. He removed it out of the territory of Igbo. The Biafra war was fought because of crude oil. That is the reason why northern Nigeria don't want Igbo to leave Nigeria. Northerners will tell you that Igbo people are not good, Igbo people are bad, they are the problem of Nigeria. Igbo are now telling Northerners, we Igbo people, we are tired of Nigeria. We want to get Biafra and leave Nigeria. Yet, Northerners are saying no, that Igbo must remain in Nigeria. Why are they saying that Igbo must remain in Nigeria? It is because of the crude oil in Igbo land. It is because of the crude oil in other parts of Biafra land. Akwa Ibom State is Biafra. Cross River State is Biafra. All these people have crude oil and gas. Imo State is Biafra. Imo State has the biggest gas reserve in the whole of Africa. Imo State has crude oil. Anambra State has crude oil and gas. Enugu State have gas. Ebonyi State have gas. Abia State has crude oil and gas. We Anyama people, we have so much crude oil and gas. Igbo in River State, they have crude oil and gas. These are the reasons why the North have refused to allow Igbo to leave this country called Nigeria and get Biafra. So the reason why the Biafra war was fought is because of crude oil. Anyama people were not part of Eastern region in the past. The British were the ones that separated Anyama people from Eastern region. In 1938, Anyama people and their traditional rulers started campaigning that they don't want to join Western region, that they want to join their brothers in the east. But the British colonial masters refused. They mapped Anioma people and zoned them to Western region. That was the reason why Anioma was never part of Eastern region. Those people that are fighting Igbo unification today, they will tell you, Anioma people were never part of the Southeast. Why are you saying that they should join the Southeast? They are not Igbo people. This, that. Before British came to Nigeria, we Anioma people are part of our Igbo brothers. They are not zone us join Eastern region. Not mean say we not be Igbo people again. We remain Igbo people. That zoning of Anioma people to Western region follow for wetin make so many Anioma people they talk say they not be Igbo people today because they were never part of Eastern Nigeria. That core state where they for Southeast now, the 5 Southeast states, any Igbo person from south where be say they are not a part of Southeast, they go tell you say we are not Igbo because they believe that Southeast is just for Ndi Igbo. Anything when not a part of Southeast not be Igbo. That is why you will see some Anioma people tell you from River Niger down to the Southeast is Igbo, but from River Niger down to Anioma land is not Igbo. That they are Delta, that they are Anioma, that they are Okwane, that they are Ika, that they are Enuane. Now there all this problem from starts. The British understood that Igbo people don't have one person called king that is ruling and controlling them like Yarepa and Benin Kingdom. They know that the power of Ndibo is unity. That was the reason why the British separated Anioma people from the east. Before the Biafra war, Gowon understood that the power of Ndibo is unity. And in order to weaken the strength of Ndibo, he separated Ndibo in River State from Eastern region and created River State. And in order to weaken the strength of Ndibo, he decided to map out River State from Old Eastern region. Today, some Igbos in River State are saying that they are not Igbo people. Some Anioma people are saying that they are not Igbo people. These people divided Ndibo to the extent that Ndibo are indigenous in 13 Nigeria states. Tell me an ethnic nationality in the South that is indigenous in 13 states. None. If you look at the map of Igbo land, Ndibo are expected to be in one geopolitical zone. But instead, they mapped Ndibo and put them in different states and locations to weaken the strength of Ndibo in the center. Ndibo are indigenous in the whole states in the South. Ndibo are indigenous in the whole 5 Southeast states. And Ndibo are indigenous in Kogi State and Benue State. The Igbos in Kogi and Benue, they are suffering. They don't have roads linking to their community. Those people, they suffer. There is no development in those Igbo regions in Kogi and Benue State. When we did Igbo Unification Conference in Okpanam last year, the Igbos in Kogi State, they came. And they said that they are suffering, that they don't have good roads. When we say they don't have good roads, motor no dey fit pass that road, bike no dey fit pass that road, leg no dey fit pass that road. For road to spoil to the extent of say leg no go fit pass am, that is to tell you how bad that place is. That is to tell you how undeveloped that place is. They created core states. After that, they mapped Ndibo that are supposed to be in Enugu State and joined them to Kogi State. Ndibo that are supposed to be in Ebonyi State, they mapped them and joined them in Benue State. We Anioma people that are supposed to be in the Southeast today, they mapped us and kept us in the South. The indigenous Igbos in Edo State, Ibanke, Iru and others, instead of them to be in this Anioma land, to be with we Anioma people, instead of them to be in the Southeast, they were mapped and zoned to Edo State. Ndibo in Bayelsa State, they are supposed to be with we Anioma people in this Anioma land. They were mapped and zoned to Bayelsa State. We have indigenous Igbos in Cross River State, in Akwa Ibom State. the Igbos in Rivers State are supposed to be part of the Southeast today, but instead Gowon separated them from Eastern region. The identity crisis that you are seeing in Igbo land today, Britain and the federal government of Nigeria caused this identity crisis where they go on today. That is the reason why the Igbo unification movement is here to put an end to identity crisis in Igbo land. Ndi Igbo are indigenous in 13 Nigeria states, and the Igbo unification movement will make sure that Ndi Igbo indigenous in these 13 Nigeria states will come together and identify as one people. Those people that are saying that Anema people were never Igbos, that they were never part of Eastern region. Before Nigeria was created, are we Anema people not one people with our Igbo brothers in the Southeast? Before Nigeria was created, are the Igbos in River State not one people with Ndibo in the Southeast? Delta State, River State, and every other state in Nigeria is not a tribal identity, but a political identity. Me, Anokwa man from Ogume community, if you ask me what is my tribe, what is my ethnic nationality, I will tell you that I'm an Igbo man. If you ask me, you are Igbo from which states, I will tell you that I am Igbo from Delta states. State there is a political identity, not a tribal identity, not an ethnic nationality. Those Igbo people from the south that are denying their Igbo identity, these are the reasons why so many of you are saying that you are not Igbo people. They used state creation and geopolitical zoning to divide the Igbo, to make sure that so many Igbo people start denying their Igbo identity. The Igbo unification movement is here to put an end to identity crisis in Igbo land. The Igbo unification movement is here to make sure that Igbo unite and identify as one people. Igbo indigenous in 13 Nigeria states are one people. Igbo bofu Ishiagwale.
Oh yes. Thank you, my group brother that is from Delta States and other parts and other people. They have said it all and they have spoken very well. Coming down to the whole thing and the whole analysis concerning this issue of we are Igbo, we are not Igbo. The proof is there, the evidence is there, everything is there. So you cannot deny people their heritage. You cannot deny them their background. So no matter how the British and the government of Nigeria do it, they in fact they cannot erase out the Igbo identity from them. That is what is there. That is it. And anybody that is from those south region need to ask himself, why is that the government, the Fulanis, will tell you that Igbo is your enemy, but the Hausas, the Fulanis, they are your own brothers. But once it comes to issue of giving you your own share, they will never. Something that need to reach to the Igbos, they will now give it to you. When it comes to the national, everybody will be fighting and we all together. But when it comes to home, everybody will start separating each other. You need to ask yourself some question concerning this issue of resources. You know, they divide everybody because of they want to weaken the strength of the Igbo. Just like today, we are fighting, everybody is agitating for Biafran nation. Now, if the Delta, if the River, if the Udoni and the other parts of the Igbo come together to unite, do you think that Biafra will take us 1 day or 2 days to get? It will never. In fact, you will just go to the National Assembly, before you know, everybody will start saying they want to go, they want to go. Once they find out that there is unity within. But if they find out that there is nothing like unity, that everybody is talking, the other side is talking, so nobody wants to stand. That is the main reason why they will tell you that you are not one. But glory be to God that today internet has exposed everything. Glory be to God that the people that brought internet and the people that is dividing the Igbo ethnic group, they don't even believe that something like internet will appear in this our age and our time that will keep exposing things like this. and go to the schools from primary school to tertiary institution. They have now stopped teaching history in Nigeria. Before you see somebody teaching you history, it's very, very hard. Then even though they want to teach you, they would turn it upside down so that for you not to understand your roots. That is another big barrier in the country. How the country is being built, and any country that is being built with lies, propaganda, and deceit, then how do you think that country will grow? That is why you see the country is not growing. But people thought that it is issue of going to mountain, praying from morning to night that will end this. No, you keep lying to people, and you keep claiming that they are not where they come from. They keep denying their own identity, their own heritage, because of you want to sit on their oil, you want to control their resources, and you want to create enmity between them and their own blood. So that cannot work, and that is the main issue that is lingering till date. People like Wike and Rotimi Amechi, the other time, even though the name Wike is not Wike, because some people, even though him, you know, all those politicians, they don't know anything. Whenever they want to get power, they will find one thing to create division, to create enmity between you and the other person, so that they will get whatever they want to get. Is Wike, not Wike. Then the one of Amechi, the other day, he came out and started claiming that there was a time he used to identify himself to be an Igbo man, but recently he wanted to go for presidency or for vice. Then Igbo people now tell him that he will not go for Igbo people. As it is, he will not be part of Igbo anymore because of politics. Because of politics, everybody knows themselves. They know themselves. So what is there is that you need to go back to the history. You need to go back to the book, to the drawing board, and then every ethnic group need to go back to the drawing board during the Colonial masters, during the Portugal, when they came in Africa, the first time they came, how business were doing then, and how they were partnering between one another, and what made them one, and how did the white people who came, how did they saw those people, and what did they write on ground and give to the people that is governing them then, before the Lord Lugard came with his idea with British to divide everybody, to conquer territories and take over the territories within itself. And also the issue of Berlin Conference that divide Africa as a whole. Just sometimes people need to go back to the history and go back to the drawing board so that you will learn and you will learn. The country we are living is built with fraud, lies, and propaganda. That is why you see nothing is growing. And I don't think anything will grow until people start understanding the foundation where they are from and where they build. That is what is there. Well, I'd like your comment and like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see things going on in the country. So thank you for watching.